everyone. And it's the last one. It has been a ride. Hello, Dr. Peterson. This is the last blended learning assignment. Let's go. So first off, we had the performance equation, which is the need for action, which is desired performance versus actual performance. Personal experience during my sophomore year, I had the craziest goals that you have ever seen. I wanted to do a military boot camp just for the heck of it. And I tried to get all A's. Did I get close? Yes, I had a B in ethical performance, but we're not going to talk about that. Plus, I got barred from the military. Different story. Desired performance is like what you want to achieve versus like what you actually do. So like everyone's New Year's resolutions, what they actually do the day after that. Organization that employees control the controls. So there's feed-forward controls, which has is exemplified by McDonald's. They have everything to exact specifications from their buns, the meat to the lettuce, everything. Concurrent is using direct supervision. So like, yeah, your managers, and they fix everything on the spot rather than fix things later. And feedback controls, McDonald's actively wants you to give feedback on the end of the receipts. They ask you to bring feedback, and they have a website for it. There's the balance scorecard and how it positively affects business. There's the financial aspect, which is how can our actions affect financial performance. This can affect actions contributing to financial performance. There's customer, which is how's our customer service doing. This is trying to strive for better product, supply, and service. There's internal process, which is how our activities affect customers and clients. So that's improving manufacturing, design, excellence, and new products. Innovation and learning. Are we learning and improving? Which is improving time and competition. Last for me is line staff personnel, and what's the difference? Line personnel, they conduct like the major big things of the organization, and staff units help support that with their expertise and services.
Perfect. All right, cool. So there's functional and the divisional departmentation. So the functional is more like they group you by like the skills and the knowledge that you have, whereas divisional, they're going to group you by like just like the products and like services that are provided. So with functional, they really take advantage of like the technical qualities and like what you know how to do personally. And then divisional focuses more on like how successful or like unsuccessful the product's going to be. And then some advantages and disadvantages of the matrix structure. So the matrix structure is basically like combining the functional and divisional departmentations. And so some of the advantages are like it combines both their strengths, obviously. It helps them converse with technical and marketing personnel, and then it blends like their marketing emphasis. And then some disadvantages of it is that, of course, it can be really pricey. It's often difficult to explain, especially I think it's the divisional that's more difficult. And then you lose a lot of like unity and command. So yeah, and then responsibilities and authorities overlap because you have two different types. People often get confused on who's actually in charge of what.
Mm-hmm. Oh, nice.
Yes. And then Thomson and Woodward's view of technology. So Thomson has 3 and then Woodward's has 3. Thomson's is intensive technology. It's more like solving problems and like product outcome and like knowledge, whereas like mediating technology is kind of like interdependence. And then their long link technology is mass production. And the Woodward's ones are pretty similar. Their small batch production is like custom products to like small businesses do, like Etsy does, like they're like a small batch production. And then there's mass production, which is like an assembly line. So it's a lot like the long link technology. And then continuous process technology, which is kind of like there's a few products, but like there's a lot of automation to them. So
awesome.
Yes. And then mechanistic and organic. So mechanistic's kind of like a vertical specialization. So they work from like the top of the chain, like down with like business. So they follow a lot of rules and policies, regulations. They're very structured. It's more of like a formal type, whereas organic's like a horizontal structure. So they have like the flat structure of it. So they're more like talking to everyone. Like everyone kind of like has their own say in things. There's not a lot of procedures, and they focus more on like problem solving and like the customer's needs rather than like who should be in charge of what. So
Awesome.
that's it.
We're good. It's been a
Thank
ride.
you so much.
And